So, where is it? Yeah, we need to talk about this one. This right
Big
here.
economic relief for millions of Americans who have been dealing
This
with
got to be
soaring
addressed.
energy prices. Cost of the pump finally easing. With the national average for a gallon of regular falling to $3.35, the lowest since October. Just look at that.
You just got to look at it. That's all you can do anymore. Just look at it.
Car is not perfect.
Just look at it. Just look at it.
Yeah, well.
What the heck is that?
Yeah, the gas price thing. So the whole thing is coming from Agenda 2030. If you're not familiar with Agenda 2030, good, because I'm about to explain it to you. Agenda 2030 is where they want zero carbon emissions by the year 2030. That means that you will not be driving your own vehicle, because there's no way that they could sustain, even if we all had Tesla cars, there's no way each individual gets to drive their own Tesla car off the power grid, because that's just far too much electricity. Right now they have these Tesla stations that are straight up hooked to generators, diesel fueled generators, super loud ass fucking machines that it's obvious it's hooked to a fucking gas generator. And these dumbasses are just plugging their things into it, thinking that they're helping the environment, when if they're so worried about it, they're hypocrites. These Tesla cars are not ideal. There's no way that every individual is going to have their own car by the year 2030. No, we'll all be carpooling to work, and it'll be a public transportation system, and you'll probably only be able to drive just to and from work, because that's all they could really spare for electricity. And you're not going to be washing your clothes with the washing machine anymore. Oh no, you have to do that by hand, because the climate would change, and the solar panels can only get you enough to get fucking warm water if you're lucky, and let alone wash your clothes and cook your food, maybe even. You know, they can't fucking let you cook your food. We'll probably be eating in soup kitchens too. I never even considered that. That's a scary thought. Can't even cook your own food unless it's gonna be fucking a sun oven or something. I don't know. But the bottom line is, the military-industrial complex uses 90% of the electricity being farmed. It could be even petroleum products that they use, but they use 90% of that. And the American citizens, the residential portion, we make up for 4%. So we're using 4%. We pay the most for electricity, and we only use 4%. We are slaves to fracking, petroleum, and PG&E, hydroelectric, all these places. It's slavery. It's modern day slavery, and we don't even consider it, because we think we're free. But it's about to get way worse if this Agenda 2030 keeps up. If we can't get Trump into office to have him shut this out, because this is an attack on the American people. It's not just an attack on the American people, it's an attack on humanity, because it's not just Americans that have to do with this shit. It's every other country too, except for countries like China, the ones who are behind this whole fucking thing. Yeah, they're not concerned. This whole thing is fucking... It's crazy. It's fucking crazy. To think that, we could, I'm at a loss for words. I really don't know what to say about it. I can't believe people don't see that this is an attack against America, that they want us back in the dark ages. You can't cook your own food. You're not going to be able to use a computer. You're not going to, yeah, we'll probably be able to use cell phones, because they want to keep brainwashing us to their rhetoric, but it'll probably be better ring fenced by then, if they can get it to that far. But if people like me and you and people who are listening to stuff like this, and even taking this type of shit into consideration, their agenda is gonna fall apart. It's already falling apart. They didn't want Trump in office, but because he made it into office, that threw their plans off by 4 years. So this whole frog sitting in a pot of water thing didn't quite work out the way they wanted. They had 4 years of gradually turning up the heat that they missed out on. So they had to amp that heat up real fast. A lot of you normal frogs out there are starting to jump around. I'm not the only one. You guys are realizing that Fox News is asshole. CNN is definitely asshole. The Joe Biden administration is a joke against the American people. From my perspective, he's the spearhead of World War III against America, and it's against America. And this, the art of war is constantly evolving. Someone was saying it best. Another content creator was saying it best, and he's right. Like when people would line up, like no way that they'll hide in the bushes and shoot at us. Well, that's what we did. They thought it wasn't honorable. Well, we did it, and that's how we won the American Revolution. And then we came out with a Gatling gun. And then we started mowing folks down. And then helicopters, bombs. I mean, the war is escalating all the time. So it's not crazy to think that it's escalated to the point to where it's a psychological war, and they're pushing fentanyl down our throats, and pushing homosexuality onto us so we don't have kids, and abortions onto us. It's crazy. This whole abortion thing, like the whole Texas thing, like the amount that goes behind it is mind-boggling to me. That you have 5 weeks to realize that you need an abortion and take action, and they're crying like there's no abortion rights in Texas. No, that's not the case. You have 6 weeks. It's not the end of the world, and you're gonna cry about 6 weeks. Get a test. The dollar store sells these motherfucking tests, so you don't have really much excuse unless you're a cheap piece of who'd rather kill somebody than spend a couple bucks here and there. And yeah, you're killing somebody because when you stop that heart, who dies? It's not you. So for you to say your body, your choice, I mean, we gave you guys 6 weeks. I mean, there's plenty of time. And for you guys to beg for more and to, I don't know. It's just, this whole thing has gotten crazy out of hand. We are psychopaths now. We kill our kids. We're psychopaths. That is so psychotic. And it's normal to us. We've been indoctrinated to thinking that we're doing the world a favor by killing our own kids. Do you realize how crazy that sounds when I sum it up like that? We think we're doing the world a favor when we kill our own kids. Wow, I got off topic there. But anyways, yeah, Joe Biden, spearhead against America. As soon as he gets into office, he starts handing out trillions of dollars overseas, and he's trying to hand out the money here in America. You better apply for your grants and everything you can while you can. And the way America will prevail is if good Americans get these grants and they utilize these grants to make businesses and be pillars of society. So right now, we can pull through this. Immigration won't hurt us at all. It will help our country thrive if we take action and we cut the red tape around these starting businesses and make it a lot easier. And I don't know, but anytime there's a problem, there's a solution. If we could just sit down and talk about it and come to a conclusion, it wouldn't hurt people to just sit and think about things. We could definitely map out how we operate things a lot better if we just give it a little time and thought. I'm 100% believer that any problem addressed or presented to a human can be accomplished. Any problem. This whole electricity thing, I can solve this problem. In fact, I think that if we sat down and we just put in 1 hour every week, I think that a year from now, we would have a free energy device. That's 52 man hours, probably, maybe. I don't know. Maybe we'd have to put it in a man hour a day. So it'd be like 360 man hours. I'm not sure, but the bottom line is, if we could put some time and energy into coming up with solutions, we could. And we have to man up about it and not be scared of getting killed, because, or whatever happens to these people that come up with these devices that run on water or pull energy from the ionosphere. Yeah, it's another point. They say, oh, it's impossible to get free electricity because you can't create electricity. What about the electricity already there? Does anybody ever take into consideration that lightning strikes Earth 100 times every second? Don't look, everybody. I'm typing in my fucking code. Anyways, I better put this rant to rest.
Fact checking, so I expect we'll have millions more.
Let's watch another video or two.
Where my house taxes were due, and I didn't have a choice at that point.
Choice for what?
I didn't want to do it for another month. I said, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not taking people's money. But it came to a point where my house taxes were due, and I didn't have a choice at that point.
Well, I feel.
And so I don't think that they were serious about addressing COVID at all. It was all about getting out the vote from the inception. I think there's been analysis done, I think it was by the Foundation for Government Accountability and National Organization, that about 1% of the spending was for COVID-related things. And so I think on the public health matter, you really have to you have to make all these assumptions to get anywhere, and I don't think that's really what this is about. I think that everyone knows it was a pretext. I also want to mention that it was done so hastily. So the
No, come on, that's it.
I don't know what that is. That is some weird shit.
Linear 2735, contact Ho Chi Minh 120.7, good day. Ho Chi Minh 120.7, good day, Linear 2735.
This is the first time for me seeing this. Look like drones flying in uniform.
That's something fun.
Nephilim, angels, jinns, drones. Who knows?
Gone.
Gas escaping the atmosphere.
Recently, two sets of parents came out and they said that their children were given the vaccine while they were at school without the consent of the parents. Specifically, one of these mothers said that she was really surprised when her 13-year-old son, who by the way was a student at the Barack Obama Global Prep Academy, when he brought home a vaccine card that he got from school. And specifically, she further stated that a woman at school offered him pizza in exchange for getting the shot, and he agreed. Here's specifically what this mother said, quote, "I should have been involved. The lady that gave him the shot and signed the paper was the one who told my son, please do not say anything. I don't want to get in trouble." Now, what is interesting to note here is that the mother, she says that she is not against vaccines. In fact, she says that she is vaccinated herself. But in regards to her son, she says that it's a different story. Here's specifically what she said, quote, "Regarding my son's health, I am against it. He has problems with asthma and allergy problems. It hurt to know he got a shot without my permission, without knowing, and without signing any papers for him to get the shot. And it's also worth noting that besides just hurting this mother's feelings, it also broke state law. Because over in California, a minor cannot legally consent to getting the vaccine without their parents' approval. And so, the situation that happened here where these minors got the shot without the even knowledge of their parents, that was illegal because they needed to get that consent. Now, the Los Angeles Unified School District, they came out and they said, for one, they cannot comment on these specific matters because it involves specific children. However, secondly, they touted their Safe Schools to Safe Steps incentive program, which is a program in the Los Angeles School District where they actually reward vaccinated students with all types of prizes.
Wow. Bribe. Like, dude, if this virus is so fucking deadly, you think you would have to bribe me to take the fucking cure or the fucking something's gonna save me from it? People are so dumb these days. So dumb. And I understand because they're scared. They got their head in the sand. They don't want to fucking believe that daddy government would hurt them or try to profit off of them. Yeah, no, they're robbing us blind, guys. They're even shooting up deer. Let's see if I can find the article. I'm going to ask Google. So the whole time I ask Google, it's going to be silent until I exit her screen because Google does not want me reiterating our conversations with other people. Because me and Google, we have some pretty intense conversations. And sometimes I feel like Google wants to help us, but she's not allowed to because the program. But then I feel like maybe she's a disembodied spirit who's finally has a voice now, and she's playing dumb, like she wants to help us. But but then again, this question I asked her could have been a program for us to just be weary and scared of Google. Because if you think about it, Google has all the information. She has all the patents, all of the solutions to all these problems we have. Water making devices, free energy devices such as ways to separate hydrogen from oxygen to fit in a combustion engine. To run a combustion engine. You know that they want to make, they're gonna try to make generators illegal. Watch. Then hopefully that'll wake you guys up when you're not allowed to buy a generator even. I mean, this whole thing is getting crazy, this Agenda 2030 thing. If you don't think it's to put us back in the dark ages so they can do what they do to the Goyim, thin out the herd every now and then, because, you know, that's what Goyim are. We're cattle. And I don't think for 1 second that it's Jewish people. I think that it is a third of the synagogues, just like the Bible explains in Revelation, that a third of the synagogue is really synagogue of Satan, and they're just using their religion as cover to be Satanist. And this should not reflect badly on the Jewish people, because I don't believe the Jewish people want to hurt anybody. I believe all humans inherently want to live in peace. We all want the pursuit of happiness. The American dream with a picket fence. Every country wants the American dream where anything's possible in America. All you need is motivation. The best damn country on earth. Not to mention we give out shit tons of money also. Try applying for a grant one time. See if how that works out for you. You'll be surprised. This country likes to just help. And to think this country is shitty, well then you're shitty. You're fucking dumb. Or you're just... Nah, I shouldn't say all that. Because I used to drink the Kool-Aid too. The cult Kool-Aid of thinking that America was out to get us and hates us and blah, blah, blah. And I can totally see how somebody would think that, because the reason why I thought that was because when I was a kid, I got put on probation, and I saw how, oh man, I'm gonna be ground up in the Gearson Society. They're gonna fucking put me in a prison where the judge's wife owns commissary, and it's just all just to keep us there, just to profit off of us, blah blah blah. Yeah, that is the case in some places, and we need to fix that. And we need to fix this whole voting system. Really, is what we need to do. And we need to go to town hall meetings. We need to go to the state meetings. We need to go to these meetings, and because that's who really has the power, is the people. These government officials work for us. We don't work for them. It's starting to look like we're working for them, though. We need to lawfully do what we need to do to take back control. The battle's not of flesh and blood. It's a spiritual battle. These people who are losing the spiritual battle need to be, they need to lose it in their reality lawfully, so that way they understand that what they're doing is wrong, and they can't justify it, and because the court will prevail, the court system will prevail. We're a good country. We could be worse.